today I'm going to speak to you about my current spring skincare routine. Recently, it's because of spring, it's a little bit sunnier here in Ireland and I've been wanting to wear less foundation. I usually wear less foundation when it comes to spring, summer. I don't know, I just like the idea of letting my skin breathe a bit more. So I've been using some specific skincare at this time and I'm going to share with you what I'm currently using. So the first thing I want to speak about is the Roche Posay BB cream. This is the Hydreane, is that how I pronounce it? Hydreane BB cream. This is aimed for sensitive skin. Again, I have normal skin so I can use whatever. This comes in 2 shades and this is the light shade. Even at being light, it's not the lightest colour that they could have made, but at the same time this is one of the best shades I've come across for fair skin as a BB cream. For whatever reason, BB creams tend to come in very dark shades and it's so annoying. So this is one of the best I have come across. It has a slightly more pink undertone. It's kind of a peachy pink undertone, which is better than being an orange or brown undertone. So it really is one of the best. It's in the shade light, the other shade is medium. On the skin it's actually surprisingly creamy for a BB cream. A lot of BB creams are very kind of wet. This kind of is more creamy. It feels like it's more thicker, but it leaves your skin breathe. It doesn't feel like I have a mask on my face. So it is creamy to apply. I apply it with my fingertips. I always apply moisturizers or BB creams with my fingertips. I just feel like I'm working into my skin more. This is hypoallergenic and it is paraben free, so it's all pretty natural, so again good for sensitive skin. It actually says that it hydrates for, I think it's 12 hours. It's meant to hydrate for 12 hours. Again, I don't really leave makeup on for that long, but for the longest time I've worn this is a full day and has looked really good at the end of the day. Quite surprisingly good actually. It has mineral pigments in it, so it gives a kind of an illuminating effect, and it really does. I have quite good skin, so that's why I like to try the BB creams, because I don't have many spots or anything like that. I do suffer from a little bit of redness and a bit of discoloration, so the illuminating pigments work really well for kind of evening out your skin tone. So I'm really fond of this. It's one of the best BB creams I've tried. I think it actually won Image Magazine's Best BB Cream Award. I think this is the one. I'll double check it, but I think it was. So when I read that and realised I had it, it's always a good moment. So this retails for, I bought this for €18, and La Roche-Posay are available from various outlets. I know McCabe's do it, I think Unicare and Doc Morris and various pharmacies around Ireland do it. So I definitely recommend this if you're on the hunt for a BB cream, and especially if you're kind of fair like me. Okay, so next is another skincare. I kind of go between these two. This is the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This one has SPF 20, actually this has SPF 20 as well, I forgot to mention that. So this is, it says it's a lightweight flawless coverage, and I'm in the colour Nude. I think there's actually one lighter than this, it's porcelain. I could go for porcelain. I think I actually bought this off a fellow beauty blogger because, believe it or not, as far as I know, this retails at €48, which is unbelievably steep. I'm not sure if I would pay full whack for it because, being honest, it's a tinted moisturiser, you know, it's not a full coverage makeup item, so I don't know if I'd pay full whack for it, but being honest, I bought this from a fellow beauty blogger, so I'm very happy to have tried it out. It's actually the only Laura Mercier product I've ever tried, so I'm very, as I said, happy to have tried it out, but I do really like it. Again, it's quite, I think this one seems a bit wetter on the skin. The La Roche-Posay one kind of, this is the one I'm wearing now actually. I'm not sure if you can see it well enough or not, but I'm wearing this one today, the La Roche-Posay one, and you need to give it a few minutes to set. With all BB creams and moisturisers, I find that you need to leave them for 5 to 10 minutes to fully set because they can look a bit greasy or a bit wet looking, but I think this Laura Mercier one tends to stay wetter. I find myself sometimes having to powder around my chin and my nose, but again, if you leave it for long enough, it's not too bad, but I do find it a bit wetter than the La Roche-Posay one. Also, this one has UV protection, UVA protection, so it is very nice in the skin. It does last quite long, but I find myself having to powder it, but it is a nice product, so if you're willing to, or if you're on the hunt for something to splurge and something skincare wise, and it is good for your skin. It's not as heavy as a foundation. I mean, it is very lightweight and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, so that is one big pro for the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. So other than that, on my skin, I love to wear cream blush on my cheeks rather than powder blush. I just think, I don't know what it is, I just think during the spring and summer cream blushes are just lovely. They give you that dewy glow. And some of the ones I have here, this is one of my newest one actually. This is Nars Cactus Flower. I'll just show you the colour there now. This is the colour of it. I think I showed this in a haul. It's basically a really deep coral colour and it has kind of gold flecks in it. And I was worried about the gold flecks because when you swatch it, it actually looks pretty intense. So there it is there. But on the skin, it kind of blends in. It doesn't look too sparkly. For some reason the sparkles disappear, which is good because I don't like sparkle. This just gives a real kind of flush of natural colour, surprisingly natural because it's so mega pigmented, so this is going to last for ages. This was about, I think these are €25, so that's one of my current faves. Another one that I've been using for a long time is MAC. This is actually the blush cream in Ladyblush. These have actually been continued, the blush creams, and they came back as cream blush. I think that's what they're called, I have it written down here. Cremeblends, that's what they're currently known as. But this Ladyblush colour in particular was one of their most famous, and they brought it back in the Cremeblends, so it's still available. But basically it's a kind of a light pink rose kind of colour, I would say it is. Now with this, again, it's really pigmented. This is a bit wetter. It's really thick formulation and it seems wetter on the skin. So sometimes I like to set it, sometimes I don't, just depending on my mood. So that's it there. It's just a really nice colour. Because it's so thick as well, it can be used on the lips it's kind of a mix between a lip gloss and a lip balm, kind of a mix, but again, because the colour is so strong, it can be used on the lips also. These are priced at, I think it's $21.50. They might have gone up because I think MAC had a bit of a price hike recently, but I think they're about $21.50. What else do I have to say about it? I think that's about it. There's no shimmer in this, which is really good because it gives that kind of dewy finish. If it had shimmer, it would be complete overload, so I'm really thankful it doesn't have shimmer, so that's one of my other favourites. And the last couple are still liquid products for my cheeks. These are the Sandler Watercolour blushes. The colours I have are Chic, which is actually, it looks pretty nude and skin tone, but on it just gives a kind of a peach glow. The next one is Spicey. I ordered this completely on a whim, didn't even fully really like it. It's become one of my favourites. Really nice. It's kind of a mix, it's a real spice kind of colour actually. It's really autumnal kind of colour. It's kind of a rosy. It's actually quite similar to the Ladyblush. It's actually really similar. And the other one I have is Cherub. It's a beautiful like coral peach. No, not. It's more pink on the pink side. This is an award-winning colour. These are just beautiful. There is 15 mils. As you can see, they're really small, and basically you just squirt it out. And I use my fingers. I always use my fingers, as I just said. And I just dot it onto my skin like this, and it just blends out really easily. I had a few queries before as to whether if I find cream blushes and liquid products take off my foundation. I've never found that because I always use my fingers to pat it on. I think if you use a brush, sometimes if you're using a sweeping motion, maybe it might take off the foundation a bit, but I always use my fingers to pat in these kind of colours, so I've never found any kind of problems like that. These are priced at €18 and they're just going to last ages. They're actually really weird. They're really watery, which you might guess from the name Watercolour blush. They're really watery, but they're actually waterproof, smudge proof. They're really long lasting. So that's a really good thing about these. They actually have, it's made, I think, yeah it is, it's made with silicones, which makes it so long lasting. It's also oil free, so if you're worried about clogging up pores or if you have oily skin or anything like that, these are really good. I'm a really big fan of these. So that is it. That is my current spring skincare routine. Well, not skincare, but kind of my spring skin, I suppose you could say. So basically it's just really simple, kind of a lightweight glowy skin base, and then just a pop of colour in the cheeks. just really simple. I've been really liking it and I do it a lot. I do it nearly every year. So let me know if you change your skin routine during the spring or summer. Let me know what you do. If you have any more questions, leave them below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!